It's not too difficult to make a Voltaic pile almost identical to the one that Alessandro Volta first made. We're going to use copper and zinc for our two metals. The copper will just be copper penny. Even though the penny is only copper on the outside, the outside metal, the copper, is the one that will react and help us get our voltage. For the zinc, I'm going to use these small discs that actually come out of an electrical box. Behind every electrical outlet and light switch, there's a box. Sometimes they're galvanized steel, like this one, and there are 17 punches in there for the wires to go through. I knock those out with a hammer, and then we've got these zinc-coated steel discs to use. So the zinc on the outside will be what will react. This cost about 88 cents at Menards or other home improvement stores. For our electrolyte, the liquid, we're going to use salt water, and we're going to soak cardboard in it. Now the cardboard, I've tried a lot of different types, and what I found that seems to work really good are cereal boxes. So I save my cereal boxes, and we use those to cut out penny-sized discs of cardboard. So if you trace around a penny, and then if you fold the cardboard over a few times, you can cut out more than one each time. So I've got it where I'm cutting out 3 at a time right here. And I'm going to take these small discs of cardboard and I'm going to soak them in my salt water. So there are the 3 that I just cut, and here are quite a few more that I had already done. And I'll poke them down in the water so that they'll get wet. Now what Alessandro Volta found was that if he touches the 2 metals to that wet cardboard, he can generate a continuous current. So I'm going to take a zinc disc, then I'm going to take a cardboard, wet cardboard, and then I'm going to put a copper on top. So I've got zinc, cardboard, copper. I'm going to take my multimeter and set it to direct current voltage, and I'm going to put one probe on the copper and put one on the zinc. And this is reading 0.715, 0.717, 0.72. It's fluctuating around 0.72 volts. Now it's given me a positive reading, which says that the metal that's touching the red probe is our positive metal. So that's, since the red is touching copper, copper is positive and zinc is negative. If I switch these and put the black probe on the copper and the red probe on the zinc, it'll give me negative 0.7, about 0.73 volts right now. And so you can use your meter to tell you which is the positive and which is the negative. So this is a single cell. The copper is the positive, the zinc is the negative, and it's given me about 0.72 volts. Now if I take another one, I'll put zinc on top of this copper, so the positive is connected to the negative, and then I go cardboard, copper. Now I have 2 cells, and with 2 cells I should get more voltage. So when I put these 2 together, I'm getting over a volt. It fluctuates a lot, but it's given me in the 1.2 range. And if I keep doing that, I'll build up more and more voltage, which means my battery is getting stronger and stronger. So there's 3 cells. I'll put another zinc, cardboard, copper. Here's 4 cells. Try the voltage here. The voltage is still going up. Now because these are wet and the salt water drips down the sides, it doesn't add up perfectly. In a little while we'll see another Voltaic pile that will do much, much better as far as the voltage is adding up. But I'm going to keep making a few of these, And if you see the pictures of Volta's Voltaic piles, he used wooden rods to help suspend his Voltaic pile, the cells, so that they don't fall over. You know, he was from Italy and he'd seen the Leaning Tower of Pisa before, and so as this gets piled up higher and higher, we want to make sure it doesn't fall over. So I'm going to keep building these, and once we get up to a decent amount, we'll see what it can do. Not sure how many I have at the moment, but I'll do this until I run out of cardboard. I think I cut maybe 18 or 20 circles. Now they say you can try this with pennies and either quarters or nickels. It doesn't seem to work as good as it does with these discs coming out of the electrical box. But if you wanted to try this at home, you could just take any two coins. You just need a voltmeter, which are inexpensive. A lot of times the Harbor Freight will have the coupons, buy anything, get a free voltmeter. So now I've got quite a few stacked up or piled up, and I'm going to touch the red to the top copper, the black to my bottom zinc, and I'm getting over 6 volts. It flashed 6 point something, now it's 5.3. It really fluctuates a lot. You have to mash it down to keep a steady voltage. But that's giving me a decent amount of voltage. So you wonder, well, what can we do with it? Well, I've got an LED, light emitting diode, and we'll hook it up and see if it'll light. Now the LEDs have one lead that's longer than the other. The longer lead has to be attached to the positive of your power supply. So the positive was the copper on the top. So the bottom, or the zinc on the bottom, that's the negative. So here's the positive, there's the negative. So if I put the positive to the copper, and you can see that the LED does light. At least I hope you can see it on the video. Try to stick it under there so I can tell it's lighting. Hopefully you can too.